Hey guys, this is Josh F151 Tech back with another video. And in this video, I just wanted to make a video and actually let you guys know about my experience with Google customer service. So let's actually get into this video. So for those of you that do know, or for those of you that don't know, if you don't watch the channel, I have other videos on my channel talking about Android devices, Android apps. I'm a huge Android user. I'm a huge Google fan in general. I have Google Pixel phones, Google Pixel watches, Google Nest Hubs, Raspberry Pi computers that run, Raspbian OS and stuff like that. Basically Linux, still Android. So I have a lot of Google Pixel stuff, a lot of Android stuff in general. Android is basically, my ecosystem. Like I said, I'm a huge, Android user. I'm not really an iOS user or anything like that, or a Samsung user or anything like that. I'm basically strictly Google, and that's been the way, for a while, and I'm, not really expecting that to change anytime soon. But I wanted to actually talk about their terrible customer service, and I'm just going to be, very blunt here. Their customer service is terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and I'm going to let you guys know why in this video. So what I did was I actually went to reset my Google Pixel 8 Pro yesterday or last night, and what I did was I went to reset it. I like to do it on the computer, so I did it. I like to do it, like manually or using the Google Online Flash tool. So I went ahead and did it. I went ahead, to start the process, and dumb me, now this is my fault. So dumb me, my phone was rooted, and I was in a hurry, and I just wasn't thinking. So what I did was I actually checked the box where it says lock bootloader, and you can't do that unless you actually revert back to the stock Android operating system before you actually, especially if you're rooted. So basically, if you're rooted and you do something like that, it's going to basically brick your phone. It's basically going to brick your device. And that's actually what happened here. As you guys can see, it says in the picture here, it says no valid operating system could be found. This device will not boot, and that's what it kept saying. Now, I was able to get this into fast boot mode, but the problem is, and like Google told me when I reached out to them, the problem is once you do this, you're not able to install another operating system on it because it's a security feature. It's a security feature that they have because the bootloader is now locked, so I'm not able to flash anything manually on this because it's doing basically a security thing. So it basically feels like the phone has been like tampered with, basically. So basically it was because it was rooted, but I should have known better. That was definitely on me. But when I reached out to Google customer service, I was just so I was just so like aggravated with them. I mean, it was just unbelievable, guys. I mean, the customer service was just so terrible. So what I did was I went on my computer because I didn't have my phone anymore. I had my Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, which I'm recording with right now, but I didn't really have that set up. So I just thought to myself, well, to make it a little bit easier, let me go on my Lenovo laptop, and it'll be easier that way. So I did that, and so I went to their website and I saw that they had two options. So they had the chat and they had the live phone. You can talk over the phone with somebody. So what I did was I went with the chat, and that was definitely a mistake because I went through like four different people, and they kept telling me, oh, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. There's not really anything, and they kept trying to do this troubleshooting steps and all this kind of stuff. You basically know how reps are. They think that you're dumb. They think that you haven't tried that or anything. So I told the last rep that I talked to, I already tried troubleshooting. I'm not going through that again. Nothing was working. So basically, I ended that. I ended basically ended it with the fourth chat, and I was like, just forget it. I'll just try their phone customer service. So, I thought, well, that can't be any worse. So, I was in for a surprise with that, an unfortunate surprise, and actually, so what I did was, I clicked on that, and it said said I'll get a call back in like 1 to 2 minutes. So I waited like 1 to 2 minutes, and then I got a call. And the first rep that I got, I couldn't really understand him. I mean, I hate to say this, but he was like an Indian guy. I couldn't really understand him, and he had like music or TV or something in the background. He must have been working from home. I mean, most of them probably are. But I actually asked him. I said, I can't hear you, and I can hardly understand you. I said, can you please turn, whatever that is down in the background? I mean, I could hear kids and stuff in the background and stuff like that. That's just so unprofessional. And I asked him, I said, is this a Google representative that I'm talking to right now? And he said, yes, Josh, yes, Joshua. And I said, well, can you like, elaborate a little bit more? Can you like, speak up? He was talking like real low, and, I could hardly understand him. His mic was all muffled, and, I said, I can hardly understand you, and I don't know what's going on in the background. I said, but I can hear all this, clattering and everything, music or TV or something, it sounded like. And he said, oh, I apologize for that. He said, my kids are home. He says, I can't really do anything about that. And I said, well, you need to go somewhere where I can hear you clearly. And he actually hung up on me. So he hung up on me, guys. So I was like, okay. I was like, so let's go on to the next one here. So I, had the same thing. I did the same thing. I clicked on the call button, and I got a call in like 1 to 2 minutes. And then this time it was a woman, and I could hardly understand her as well. She was another foreigner. I hate to say it, I'm not against foreigners or anything like that, guys. So you guys, are foreigner or anything, don't take that the wrong way. But, I couldn't understand her really much either. But, she was talking low, and I, had to keep saying, what? I can't, really hear you. Like, I had to keep saying, what? Can you say that again? Can you, repeat that, please? And I just got so tired of it. And, eventually we got it straightened out. Long story short, she told me that your Google Pixel 9 or your Google Pixel 8 Pro is no longer under warranty, but she did actually give me a break. She actually told me that I'm going to allow you to send it in for repairs as a one-time courtesy, because I didn't get the extra warranty with it. So what's happening is I actually boxed it up, and FedEx actually picked it up today, because I don't currently drive. I've told you guys before on the channel that I don't currently drive, at least not yet. But FedEx actually picked it up today. It's actually supposed to be there Friday, which is actually tomorrow. So that's definitely not, too slow at all, surprising with FedEx. But it's actually from FedEx Express, it's called. So that's probably their faster way, of getting things and everything. But basically, the customer service here, guys, basically the moral to all this is the customer service from Google is absolutely terrible. So I'm just going to let you guys know right now, if you guys ever have anything wrong with your phone, your tablet, basically anything, Chromebook, no matter what it is, if you guys have a problem with something like that, your best bet would probably be, like if you have Geek Squad protection or something like that from Best Buy or something like that. I don't even know how their customer service is, but I've heard it's, not that bad. But I actually went online, and I was going to actually show you guys another picture or a screenshot of the complaints on Reddit that people actually posted. There's like 30 or more threads out there on Reddit, guys, and like thousands of comments saying that people say that Google's customer service is just terrible. So it's definitely true. Their customer service, I don't know if they're going to compete with Apple. That's the thing, their Google Pixel 9 Pro series is great. Their phones are great. Their stuff is great. Their hardware, all that kind of stuff. Now, yeah, just like Apple, just like Samsung, they're going to have some hiccups from time to time, software glitches, stuff like that. But their customer service, guys, is absolutely terrible. So my advice to you guys is, now, I appreciate that they actually are going to replace my phone, either give me a new phone or, install Android on it, the way that they can, because I can't. Like I said, there's no way for me to possibly do it. I looked up YouTube tutorials. I looked up, stuff on Reddit, and people were saying, unfortunately, you're SH out of luck. So, that's the unfortunate, circumstance that I got myself in. Obviously, I didn't tell them that I rooted my phone or anything like that. I just told them that I unlocked the bootloader. They probably, kind of realized that I had my phone rooted in order for it to, act like that or, get like that. But, like I said, that was on me because I was in a rush and everything, and I wanted to send the phone in, to get the $700 trade-in value and all that kind of stuff. So that was basically on me. But the customer service, is not on me. That's not, anything, that I would recommend. That's just absolutely terrible. The chat, like I said, I went through like 4 people with the chat, and I didn't, really get anywhere with that. And, they didn't really act like they knew what they were talking about. I was basically, educating them basically, and all they would say is, oh, well, thank you for telling me that. Okay, well, you're supposed to be the one telling me what to do. You're supposed to be the one, giving me advice. They said we can run through some troubleshooting steps, and, they act like you're dumb basically, and I told them, I told the last guy, I said, no, I'm not going through any troubleshooting steps because I know what's wrong with the phone. I know that I'm not going to be able to install Android on the phone anymore. I just know that I'm not going to be able to do that, myself. There's no, there's no way that I can do that myself. It's going to have to be installed or, from Google themselves, or it's going to have to be installed, basically, from, somebody else. That's the thing. I'm not able to do it. So, it's going to have to be, either, the phone's either going to have to be, basically redone, basically the guts taken out of it and stuff like that. I actually read online that somebody said that you're just going to have to replace the whole phone, that there's not really much that Google can even do about it. I don't know how true that is, but, they might have to just end up, giving me a whole new, Google Pixel 8 Pro as a replacement. I don't really know, one that just has, the Android operating system already on it. That's very possible that they would do that. But, other than that, I am grateful, that they're actually, taking the phone back. They're going to actually, try to fix it at least. I don't know if they really will or not. I don't know if they're going to send it back to me and be like it can't be repaired. I don't know, what they're going to do, because they might find out, that it was maybe rooted, or something like that. There's possibility, if it actually didn't wipe out the phone completely, they might be able to see, traces of Magisk, the Magisk APK on there, and they see that, that it's possible that they tell me, oh, well, you rooted your phone, so, we're not going to be able to fix it or something like that. I don't really think that they mind, people rooting their phones, though, because that's the thing, they don't mind you unlocking the bootloader or anything like that. But most of the time, that does void your warranty, at least from what I've read online. So I don't really know, if they will, actually replace my Google Pixel 8 Pro or not. So, basically all I can hope for is that they do, and then I can go from there. I can get it back, hopefully before October 16th, because I was supposed to send this in, before October 16th, and get a trade-in value for it, get the $700 trade-in for it. So unfortunately that's on hold right now. But the last time I checked, the good thing is that they're still giving people $700 for the Google Pixel 8 Pro 256 gigabyte model, so that's definitely a good thing. So hopefully, even if I have to, wait a little while longer, to be able to get it back, I don't really expect it to be too long, because it's not really a hard fix, honestly. It's not really a hard fix, especially if they just swap my phone, for another Google Pixel 8 Pro, which is probably what they'll just do, to save themselves, the headache of trying to, reinstall Android on and everything. But like I said, I'm sure that they can do that, but, somebody like the average user, I can't do that. There's no, software out there, that allows you to do that, at least not yet, in the Android community. Like I said, there's always, third-party developers out there and everything, doing stuff, to maybe, work around stuff like that. But from what I've read on Reddit, there's just no way around it, and, I'm just, SH out of luck, unless they, honor the warranty, or honor the, the exchange or something like that. So, but that's, basically where we're at, so I'm just going to to have to wait and see. I'm just going to have to wait, and hear from them. Like I said, it's supposed to be there tomorrow. It's being sent, FedEx Express, so I think that's the fastest way. So, that's definitely a good thing. Maybe I can actually get it back before October 16th, and then, I can trade it in. It's going to be like basically a new phone if they give me a new phone. So, that's the thing. I'm hoping, that they'll give me, the $700 for it still. So, but that's basically the video, guys. That's basically the video. And, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you ever have any problem with your Google Pixel phone, your Google Pixel Watch, Android devices in general, any Android device, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you are tech savvy yourself, you're better off trying to fix it yourself. But in my case, I wasn't actually able to fix it myself, and unfortunately, I had to deal with the terrible Google, customer service. And I just wanted to let you guys know, if they're going to be on par with Apple, like I've been saying, their phones are great. Like I said, their phones are great. Their watches are great. Their Android, ecosystem is great. I really like, Google stuff, and I'm not jumping ship or anything. I'm not going to jump ship or anything to iOS or Samsung or anything like that. But, it goes back to the same old thing. They're going to have their hiccups. They're going to have stuff like that. But, if they're trying to be on par with Apple with customer service and stuff, they are definitely far away from being on par with Apple with their customer service. So I just wanted to, basically let you guys know about that, because it's definitely true. They are definitely far away, basically like a Star Wars thing, far away, from competing with Apple, at least with customer service, So with their phones, especially with the Google Pixel 9 series, I haven't had the phone very long, but I would have to say that their build quality has really improved. I really would have to say that I've seen some things online. I've seen, Reddit posts, I've seen YouTube videos on the Google Pixel 9 series, and I would have to say, between the Google phones of the past and the Google Pixel 9 series now, the build quality is a lot better. The build quality is outstanding. But if you don't have the build quality and the customer service, if you don't have both, now they have the build quality, but they don't have the customer service. So that's how I'm going to end this video, guys. So that's, basically true. That is definitely true. They have the build quality now, it seems like, with the Google Pixel 9 series phones, but they have to get the customer service. If they don't get the good customer service, then, they're not going to be on par with Apple. That's just how it is. And like I said, I'm not going to jump ship, but, that's how it needs to be. You have to have, greatness all around. If you're going to be a great company, you have to have greatness all around, and that definitely is something that they have to change with their customer service. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and until next time, guys.